Karnadi Anemer Bangkong is a 1930 comedy from the Dutch East Indies directed by G.Krugers. It is considered the country's first talkie, although parts were silent and the sound quality was poor. Based on a popular Sundanese novel, the film was considered controversial by the native audience. Premise: Karnadi is a young Sundanese frog chaser who enjoys eating the frogs he catches. He later takes the identity of a rich man and tries to adapt to the latter's surroundings, but is eventually discovered. Production: Karnadi Anemer Bangkong was directed by G.Krugers, an Indo filmmaker who had worked on the Dutch East Indies' first domestic production, Lo Ito Am Kasaroeng, in 1926. The story was adapted from the best-selling novel Rawish and Ugaran Partut, written by the Sundanese authors Johanna and Sukria. Krugers had previously adapted another of Johanna's works, Ulasaji, in 1928. The film was released shortly after the first talkies shown in the Indies, Fox Movie Tone Follies of 1929 and The Rainbow Man, were released. Attempting to capture this new technology, Krugers used a single-system camera that he had obtained with the help of his Society of Motion Picture and Television Engineers membership. Krugers was unable to record all of the dialogue necessary for the film, so some parts used intertitles, thus the film was a part talkie. Release and reception: the release title of Karnadi Anemer Bangkong is uncertain. The title Karnadi Anemer Bangkong has been used based on a 1970s newspaper article by M. Escher, written from memory. The film was reportedly poorly received by the majority Sundanese audience, possibly because of Karnadi's fondness for frog meat. The film's poor reception led Krugers to abandon independent filmmaking, joining Tanz Film for 2 productions before leaving the country in 1936. The production is likely a lost film. The American visual anthropologist Carl G. Hyder writes that all Indonesian films from before 1950 are lost. However, J.B. Kristanto's catalogue Film Indonesia records several as having survived at Cinematheque Indonesia's archives, and Baran writes that several Japanese propaganda films have survived at the Netherlands Government Information Service. The film is generally considered the first domestically produced talkie in the Indies. However, other talkies soon followed. The Wong Brothers' Indonesia Malays, for example, was released the following year and placed greater emphasis on sound. These early films had poor sound and lots of static, but through repeated experimentation the quality was eventually brought to acceptable levels.